Hi everybody, how are you? This is Paul, or Mr. Paul to some of my students, and I just want to do a quick little video on how to tune a guitar. And by way of doing that, of course, we also have to talk about which notes the strings play, and that's very important too. Now, on a 6-string guitar, standard 6-string guitar like this happens to be a steel string acoustic guitar, but it applies to nylon string guitars, electric guitars as well. Standard 6-string guitar means that the strings play the following notes. Have a look at this. E, A, D, G, B, and E. Now that's from the lowest sounding string, which we call the bottom string, low E, to the higher sounding string, which we call the top string, high E. So those notes again are E, A, D, G, B, E. Now a lot of people use Eddie, 8, dynamite, good, by Eddie to remember that. So the first letter of each of those words gives you the string names. E, A, D, G, B, E. Let's talk about string numbers. That's important as well. They're referred to as the 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. So the top string, the high E string, is the first string, string number 1. The low E, the bottom string, is string number 6. So you have to get used to those things. Each of these strings are attached to tuning pegs. I'm just showing the other camera here. On the end of the guitar here, you have 6 tuning pegs. As you turn them to make the string go tighter, the string sound will go higher, and as you turn them to make them looser, the string tone will go lower. In any event, you have to get used to these tones. When you play that low E string often enough, you'll get used to what it sounds like, and you'll know after a while if the guitar's way out of tune. You should know if it's way too low, way too high. And I'm saying this because the strings, in order to make it easy to tune, the strings should be ideally somewhere close to where they're supposed to be. If the strings are way out of tune, like so loose they're floppy, or so tight that they bust, then you're going to be a long way away from where they should be. And even with an electronic tuner, it will be difficult to tune. So there's no way out of it. You've got to try and get used to those sounds. But if they are close to that sound, you can use a number of tuning options. Now this is a headstock tuner. Okay, I'm just going to show the close-up camera here. Headstock tuner, and it clips on the headstock of it clips on the head of the guitar. That's why it's called a headstock tuner. This is the head of the guitar, clips on there. This is an artist tuner, but most tuners, headstock tuners, do much the same thing. On this one, there's just one button, press and hold to turn it on, press and hold to turn it off. Now, if you, once it's turned on, if you then press the button quickly, you'll go between about six different tuning modes. C for chromatic. This one has C for chromatic, G for guitar, B for bass, V for violin, and U for ukulele. Obviously, G for guitar is the one that you'd think you'd use, and there's nothing wrong with that. I actually prefer C for chromatic because it means I can tune to different tunings. If I want the strings to play unusual notes, I can do that. So I prefer C for chromatic. And I actually advise my students to use C for chromatic as much as possible, but G for guitar will do as well. I'm going to flip it over to C for chromatic right now. You simply put it on the head of the guitar and you play your string, just like that. The tuner will pick it up. Now, I hope you guys can see this. In fact, I'll make sure that you can see this in the video. The pin goes to the middle when the string's in tune. If when you hit the string, the pin is slightly to the left of the midpoint, that means the string's too low, it has to come up. If the pin is to the right of the midpoint, it's too high, it has to come down. Once the tune is on, you simply play the string, see where the pin is, and then adjust your string by turning the tuning peg. Tighter if you want it higher, looser if you want it lower. And you get it that way. You'll find tuning apps from the App Store. My tuning app happens to be Guitar Tuner, T-U-N-A. That's a very good tuner, but there's a whole bunch of them in the App Store, and they do much the same thing. They'll be on your phone, of course, or your device, tablet, whatever it is. I like to put the device flat on the guitar, turn the tuning app on. Everything should be automatic. You play your strings, you'll have a pin going this way and that, and it should pretty much do the same thing as your headstock tuner. So that's just the quick video on how to tune your guitar. and what the strings are. Oh, one more thing, I almost forgot. I'm not going to forget this. 5th fret tuning. Once your guitar's in tune, the 5th fret of the bottom string, which is an E string, plays an A note. And that's the same sound as the next string. So 5th fret E string equals A note, which is the next string, A string. 5th fret A string is a D note. And that plays the sound of the next string, the 4th string D. 5th fret D is a G note. That plays the sound of the 3rd string G. The 4th fret of the G string is a B note, which is the sound of the 2nd string B. And then the 5th fret of B gives you an E. So once you're more or less in tune, you can use that 5th fret tuning method to further fine tune your guitar. But then again, if you've got an electronic tuner, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay guys, I really hope that helps. That's how to tune your guitar and what the strings are called. Okay, thanks very much. Bye bye from GTS Newcastle Guitar Tuition Services.